Yo, 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 what's going on, boys? How you doing today? Crazy V-shaped day as usual. What's up, Vlad? Tanuj is in here. Bikram, Hydro, Gravinder, Ginger, Gagandeep, V, BV7, Carson, Mo. What's going on, boys? So another crazy day in the markets. Like we said this morning. So what I did this morning was I had these pre-market lines drawn out. What I also did was I went down to the daily and I drew a line on the 8-day moving average, and I drew a line at all-time highs. So those are those yellow lines. Just change the color a bit just to make it so I know during the day what's a daily support and daily resistance and what's the pre-market resistance and support. So what happened today? We got that huge dip off the open. And we V-shape recovered right back. Called out in the morning, V-shape recovery is possible. It's been the pattern for the last year since COVID started almost, or since the COVID bottom. Every single time that it dumps, it's been a V-shape recovery, so why would it be any different this time? I don't like to get too heavy in these V-shape recoveries just because one of these days the dip is going to keep dipping and everyone's going to get screwed, but today was not that day. So we played Airbnb today. That was a great play. MasterCard, I think Ricky grabbed. It's doing well. Walmart's still going. Another play. What else? What else did we do? I don't even remember. Play too many names. SPY. So SPY, if you were just playing SPX today, you could have caught that contract. 44.65s were $19 each this morning. They went to $1,240. That's 6,500% in a day. Those are kind of life-changing trades that we are going to hit here and there. What's up, Gravish? Yash is in here too. What's going on? Yeah, so SPY, big ripper off the lows here. This yellow line here is where the 8-day moving average was on the daily. So if you caught it, congrats. If you didn't, then okay. I was managing my Airbnb position. I took a little bit more size than I usually do. And I took it in 2 different accounts, so I had to manage that one. But yeah, SPY closing at all-time highs. Everything's super bullish. Big buy volume end of the day. Everything looks absolutely fine. We're going to extend this channel a little bit now just to see if it's still in play. Okay, so there's a lot of upside here until we hit the top of the channel again. But again, you have to remember, Wednesday is Fed day. Still a lot of people bearish. That might be a factor. Playing into this might be a little short squeeze today. This probably would happen. A lot of people went bearish last week in anticipation of the Fed raising rates this week. So let's see what happens. But I think today was a little short squeeze on the market just to get out all those bears before we actually do dip. I'm still holding a small position of SPY puts as a hedge for Friday. And I will hold those into Wednesday no matter what happens tomorrow. I will probably not add, but let's see. QQQs, big dip in the morning, V-shaped recovery, got back in the pre-market range and broke it and closed at the high of the day. So everything looks great. If you just watch 5-minute channels, you got screwed today. If you zoomed out and look at the bigger pictures and see when the 8-day moving average was, you were safe. 367.81 was the 8-day moving average. We dumped quite a bit below it, but then we closed above it. So only level to watch here is the all-time high, which is 369.91. 370 will be a psychological level as well, so that 10-cent range is going to be hard to get through. But if we do, we're at all-time highs right away. XLF is continuing on. After it broke out at 35-37 range, huge run, little consolidation, and it looks like it closed above the 8-day moving average as well. 38.21 is the 8-day moving average, closed today at 38.50. Everything's healthy, everything's bullish. These kinds of days happen. IWM, the weakest of the indexes today, closed below the pre-market low, which none of the other sectors did, I believe. Whoops, don't close that. 5 minutes. XLF also closed within the range. So the only index that I see that was closing below the pre-market lows was IWM, super weak. Don't like the look of it at all. Zoom out to the daily chart. Just kind of consolidating. Big dump here, closed below that big level again, so I'm not really liking small caps here. Unless we break over and get back into this range over 220.50, IWM is dead to me. Amazon didn't get our close above 3,300, no reason to enter yet. I was getting excited at the end of the day with that big pop. I thought we would close above it, but we did not. So I will not touch it until we close above 3,300. If it closes above 3,300, it can make its way back to 3,388 fast. NVAX weekday, pullback all day, one of the weakest vaccines named if you compare it to PFE. Big red candle, stayed above that 228.10 previous resistance, which is bullish. but now we have to make our way back up to 249.50. It gave back 3 days of gains in 1 day. So, and we closed below the 8-day moving average, 229.31, 229.96. Yeah, we closed above the 8-day moving average on NVAX, so it is more bearish than all the other vaccine names. Keeping on watch. As long as it closes above 228.10, it's still in play though. Here we go on Zoom, just complete trash. I mean, gave back this whole move. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days to get back up to this 404. And then in about 5 or 6 days, it gave it all back, the whole run and then some. So Zoom looks like trash. It's going to be off my screen tomorrow. Don't really care for it. Just basing down here intraday. I mean, if you can't get Zoom up during this whole Delta variant craziness that's going on, I don't know what's going to bring it up. But obviously, you see there's a lot of volume here. And it's going to struggle and go up slowly if it does. MRNA closed just about where it opened, a little bit lower than where it opened, so not the strongest vaccine stock, not the weakest. Right now, it gave back a lot of the move, but it did bounce off that little demand zone I had drawn for you guys. 362 to 352 is a demand zone for MRNA. Let's see if we can get a reversal and close above the 8-day moving average, which is at 396. So Zoom is a no touch for me unless it's at 396. Apple closed at the high of the day, running after hours. Great day today. I told you guys some rumor that I heard about Apple employees were told that they cannot get any days off for the 2 weeks in September. The only time they ever actually do that is when they're launching a new product or something. So let's see if they release new phones, new computers, new iPads, whatever, blah, blah, blah in September. Plus, when you see I've seen so much call flow on Apple today. I haven't seen that in a long time. The amount of call flow on Apple was very telling, and we closed at all-time highs on Apple post-split. So keep an eye on Apple. Great wedge breakout. Almost got that retest that I love, but we didn't. Today, almost got a retest on the bottom, but obviously we bounced off this huge volume shelf here at 146.16-ish, and today's bottom was 146.47. So big bounce off that volume shelf. No volume up here, blue sky breakouts, and let's see if Apple can keep it going. If it does keep it going, I expect 155 by the end of the week. But again, Wednesday could change everything. It's all about the Fed on Wednesday. So don't get too excited bullish. I know everything looks bullish. Might just be a trap to get you stuck in a bunch of calls and then just dump it on you. Who knows? Might just keep going. But for now, we're just playing price action, and everything still looks bullish to me, except for this Tesla. It's disgusting. Tesla, absolutely disgusting price action. Huge breakout on a huge wedge, huge time frame. Another bull flag formed. Complete fail of 726. 717 close was here. So we need to get through 726, 725.50 and 726 are the numbers on Tesla until we get through there. This is a bearish chart in my opinion. AI day is this week. Let's see if Elon can pump it a little bit. NTLA, another genomics name I'm watching. Nice gap up when it had that news, and it's just been sideways digesting that huge move. I mean, the stock almost doubled on that news. Well, it more than doubled because it was 88 down here, and at the top is 202. So more than a double in 3 days. Obviously, it needs to cool down. But right now, it had that big move of 13% on August 5th, and now it's just flagging here. Today, we touched the 21-day and just ripped up after that. NTLA looks good. Palantir, nice close after that huge dip this morning. We have $26 calls expiring this week. And if we hold above this fib of 24.42, as long as we hold above 24.42 and start making our way up 24.67, 24.92, next level's up. And let's see if we can get that pop this week. I seen today, Palantir options, we had 70% of the options were for calls and 30% were for puts, so that's bullish as well. You've seen Kathy Woods is loading millions of shares. Let's see if she added today as well. And I'm still in those calls, and let's see what happens. Zim had a good open and then a weak day with the market, and everything looks fine on this chart to me. Big volume shelf at 42.50, closed above that. As long as we get above this 45.60 level, above 45.60 on Zim takes us to 47.37. Above 47.37 takes us to all-time highs. We have earnings on Thursday, I believe, or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll look into that. But earnings coming up. Shipping containers have been hot. Every single article I read is shipping is crazy. Shipping is great. This and that. Blah blah blah. So let's see what their earnings say. I'm gonna try to get out of some of my position before. It is down right now. I have the $50 calls, but I average down. Let's see if I can get out of some before earnings. And even if I have to, I'll take a loss on some of them before earnings. Because you never know with earnings, even though I am bullish. PFE, strongest VAX name today that I saw. Daily all-time highs. Another 2-day rest pattern breakout. So let's see if we get another push towards 50. I have a sell order on the rest of my PFE October calls at $4 from 170 something. And after I do that, I'm going to wait for a dip and try to get in a further out call, like a $55 call for November or something. Airbnb play, great play. I mean, huge jump off the open. There was an upgrade on Airbnb to $219. The stock's at $148. So if he's saying 219 price target, that's a $70 upgrade almost. And actually, yeah, $70 upgrade. So this morning I saw the dip. I saw us get oversold on RSI. I saw the stochastics down here. I did the exact same thing I did on Friday, where I bought the dip, held it, and we got paid on the option. So congratulations if you took the Airbnb play. I still have 1/3 of my position left. I mean, nothing's really wrong with this chart, especially with the way they beat earnings. Big hammer candle on the daily. Big volume shelf here at 150-ish level. So if we get over 150, we go 154.50. That's all I'm watching for Airbnb. Tesla, we already did, so I'll go over some of these charts here. LRCX. I mean, LRCX depends on AMAT earnings, which are later this week. AMAT usually runs into their earnings. So if it does, I mean, LRCX can go. And it is on this support, so come on. There we go. So very clear support to me at 578. Today we bounced off 577.50. So 50 cents down, but it closed above it. Looks bullish. There is a big volume gap between 590 to around 604. So that should be an easy move. If we close above 590, we should get to 604-ish, and then we see. And if AMAT crushes earnings, this is going to be an easy play. Probably get paid on it. But again, earnings risky. So PayPal, almost same chart as LRCX. Looks fine. Big gap to fill from 289 all the way up to 296. So if it gets into that 289 gap, might fill the 296. Other than that, there's a lot of volume here at 277-ish. So let's see if it can continue here. Also, you have the moving averages above. You have the 21-day moving average at 282, and you have the 50-day moving average 286. So watch those as possible resistance points. Other than that, chart looks okay. Not too bullish until it breaks this high of 282, but good luck to you guys. What else we got? MRNA already did, looks like trash. PayPal did, Visa, we can do Visa. Visa, big reversal here. Like I said, we have this big support dating all the way back to May. And what happened was we broke down, we retested the support, and we broke down more. Right now it's holding this big volume shelf at 211. So if it holds this 211 and keeps closing above 211, this is a bullish chart. We might go all the way back to test that support that turned into resistance. And that is around 243. So there's a big move possible on Visa. And let's do MasterCard as well, even though it's going to be the exact same thing. Exact same thing on MasterCard, holding this volume shelf at 360-ish. And there's a lot more volume here to get through, to get back to that previous support turn resistance. So if we do get back here, it's going to be around 370. So MasterCard's on watch as well. Let's see if we get reversals in these card companies. That's about it. And then we'll do the gold monthly chart. So the gold monthly, me and Ricky jumped in these gold calls because of this resistance break right here. Monthly chart, breakout, retest, and let's see if we can get some juice going. 8-day moving average at 2161. I want to see it close above that. First of all, to change the monthly trend. Weekly looks fine. I mean, broke out, but we didn't get that follow through that we wanted right away on gold. It completely rejected the 50-day moving average at 2467. And let's check the daily. Right now, honestly, the gold chart just looks like meh to me. It looks like a bear flag kind of. Big breakdown and then just sideways consolidation. Possibly next move lower, possibly we could turn up. First move is 2044. The 8-day moving average, we need to close above $20.44, or else this is still a bearish chart. MSFT, we can do two. MSFT all-time highs, nothing to say about this one. Blue sky breakout, let's see how far it goes. Other than that, I think we've gone over everything. Tomorrow morning, SE earnings are on watch for me. I love that company. I own a ton of equity, and that's what I'm watching. Let's see also UWMC. So we had that earnings play on UWMC. I sold only 25% of my position on Friday for 100%. Dumb move in hindsight, obviously, but I just thought with Rocket killing earnings, I thought UWMC would do the same. It did not, unfortunately, but we did close back inside this little wedge here. So let's see if UWMC can get through today's high, which is 766, and make a move towards $9. Thank you guys for attending. I will see you tomorrow.